Okay, so yes, I set my PICO. I have the criteria that I want to include studies based on, and then I selected my studies. I am ready. I did the first step. Now, after I selected my studies, I will have to extract the data. I have to take the information from those studies to make that main table that I want to add in my systematic review. Now, of course, as we said, we take out the information, we choose the most related information to my systematic review, and the most important information that I feel needs to be reported in my systematic review. So I might change this later. I might do some changes, but we have some baseline to start from. And after that, I might like add something more or remove something that I feel maybe is not enough reported in the included studies, something like that. So let's go to this paper here. Again, it was about hemostatic agents after tooth extraction. What do you think I can take out from my included studies? What do you think I can report? Any idea? Please speak anything is fine. What do you think I might like add in my systematic review from those studies? Very good. Time, bleeding time. Yes, excellent. Thank you. Okay, what else? Okay, yeah, which means yeah, something related to statistical significance. Yeah. So here I will just first start with including the we're adding with adding the basic information from the studies, and then I will add the outcomes of the included studies, which are called the characteristics of the included studies, and then the qualitative synthesis. Now let's explain this. First of all, I will start by adding the characteristics of the included studies, which means the basic information from each study. Now, when you read any systematic review, you will find the first two or three columns will be the study, like the authors of the study, and the study design here. Now, after that, normally you would find the number of patients in the test or in the control group. So those are the basic information, and probably in any systematic review and meta-analysis, we should report this, like the study, and then study design, and the number of patients in the test and in the control group. Now here I am doing something about dental extraction and about hemostatic agents. So I decided to add the patient condition, which means do I have healthy patients? Do I have patients who take anticoagulants? Do I have patients who are taking antiplatelets? Anything like that. And of course, because my study is about hemostatic agents, I will just report which hemostatic agent was used in that particular study. And of course, the control group, is it sutures? Is it gauze pressure? Is it sutures and gauze pressure? I just report this. And in the end, the type of extraction, it's simple, surgical, both simple and surgical in that study, anything. So here, I'm not reporting the results of those studies. I'm just reporting what we call the characteristics of the included studies. It means like the basic information about your studies. Okay? Is that clear? I hope so. All right. So here, how do I present this in my results section? So let's jump a little bit into the results section. So I made this table. How do I present this in my systematic review? Now, it's a very easy step. It just needs a little bit of practice. But basically, you look at each column of your table, and then you write what you see. I will look at each column of this table, and I just write what I see. Like this. I would say, now keep in mind this is a part of the table, this is not the whole table, not all the included studies. For example, I would say two studies were split mouth in their design. Do you know what split mouth means? Split mouth means that the same patient tried the test material on one side and tried the control material on one side. In this case, the same patient tried the hemostatic agents in one tooth and the control group, which is gauze or suture on the other side. So this means split mouth. So I would say here, two studies were split mouth in their design, while three studies were or included different patients for the test and the control. So this is how I write it. Next thing, I would say, for example, here, three studies had patients who are taking anticoagulants, while maybe one study had healthy patients. And there was another study that had both healthy and patients taking anticoagulants. And of course, one study didn't report the health status of the patient. Okay, now what can I say more? Let's look at the third, fourth, and fifth column. Let's go to this one. What should I say? Again, I would look at the column and I'll just say what I see here. So what should I report in the third column? Please speak and let me hear you. Third column, fourth. I'm sorry, fourth. Yeah. So after the study design, of course. So yes, I said here, I have two studies with split mouth design and three studies included different patients. Three studies had anticoagulants patients. One study had healthy, and one had both. Okay, what about the next one? Thank you. Yes, very good, Nadia. Thank you. Okay, so yes, I would say the hemostatic agents used were basically gelatin, sponge, tranexamic acid, hencon, dental dressing, like this. I'll just look at this column and I'll say what I see in that column. Next, of course, I would say the control group was sutures, maybe in 5 studies, gauze in 10 studies, like this. So I'll just look at the column and I will report what I see. Is that clear? Do you understand? Okay, please, if you don't understand, just tell me. All right. So yes, here is what we call the characteristics of the included studies, and this is how I report this in my systematic review. All right. So I completed my study selection, and I completed the data extraction, which is taking out the information from that from the included studies.